Gentlemen and female gentlemen, it's time to talk about dragging these nucks all over your face. That's right, we are diving into the world of Monster Hunter. This was highly requested by my editor. So, as you know, I have my lore tier list, which will be linked in the description. And on the lore tier list, we'll see where this goes. My editor keeps telling me this is good, and it's gonna go up there. I literally only thought it was about animal abuse simulation, and I'll be honest, I wasn't super excited about that. Apparently, it has a really interesting world and lore and timeline and all that, and I am down to dive deeper into the Monster Hunter verse and all that lore for 10,000 likes. That is the proposition. You give me 10,000 likes and subscribe for more lore. I consume more lore. As you know, I will consume all lore. All right? All right. Let's see what we got. This documentary covers ecosystems and organisms that do not exist. That's for the sake of brevity and consistency. This film takes liberties with both real biology and ecology, as well as the established Monster Hunter universe. Every stated piece of information does, however, have a concrete basis in all those fields, and interested viewers are more than encouraged to... Okay, interesting. All right, Oceanus. Apparently, this dude's like a Monster Hunter fan extraordinaire. This video was literally suggested to me by my editor. All right, let's go. Let's see if I can actually appreciate Monster Hunter lore and it's not just animal abuse simulator. Okay, let's see. I'm ready. Cook, brother, cook. So tasty. The map presented in this video is based on canon info, but supplemented with speculation, assumption, and a healthy dose of making stuff up. Let's go! That's how I like consuming my lore. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When I consume my Warhammer lore, I want to know that 90% of shit is made up. By the way, thank you all for enjoying the Elden Ring and Borderlands and all that other lore videos that I did recently. You guys have been really, really supportive, and I appreciate you. Anyway, ew, trees, ew! Are these trees canon?
Our world is full of wonders.
You're looking at one.
Every corner, every plain, every forgotten nook of our planet.
Oh my god, can we kill zebras in Monster Hunter? God damn, this really is a documentary. Holy shit.
Presents a wealth of wonders so full that one could spend a lifetime admiring each.
Not gonna lie, so far, 8 out of 10 video, not narrated with the David Attenborough voice. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. You need to have the...
In the wild, world of wonders, abusing dragons.
And every one. To better understand our place in the natural world, it is useful to understand and to map out that world first.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Thankfully, the Royal Paleontology Scriveners of the Hunters Guild have been busy doing exactly that, and their findings about the geography and the mapping of the world will be presented here.
All right, baby! God, I love world building. Are you telling me there's actually good world building in Monster Hunter? I was under the impression it's you walk around the corner, you turn left, oh my god, a dragon. You turn right, big monkey. That's basically the lore that I was expecting. So I am impressed if there is world building here. All right. God damn, look at the flora and fauna. It looks really nice, to be honest. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. World building in Monster Hunter's Peak. Well, that's why we're here. We're here to consume all lore, okay? From Elden Ring to Elden Scrolls. That's a real thing.
Before the mappings of the guild can be presented, it must be understood what the guild actually is, however.
Makes sense. The Illuminati.
The average person living in cities and towns leads a normal life. Monsters rarely factor in. But the world is large and dangerous, and beyond city walls lies a land fierce and untamed.
True. The world is a Mr. Beast video outside of the walls. Within the walls of the guild and the city, everyone lives normal lives, touching grass or not, whatever it is you prefer. But outside, it's all a Mr. Beast video. I took 100 children and fed them to my Hydra.
The frontier. This is not one place, but rather a term collectively referring to the spaces between major urban centers, where the power of man is dwarfed by the iron fist of nature.
Right.
So while some areas may be within the borders of an established country, they may be overrun by the wilderness, and thus considered part of the frontier.
Interesting.
These
So it's like the frontier is not necessarily governed by one large specific governing body per se. It is land that ultimately is owned by nature, I guess.
These areas cause issues, as they are filled with the dangerous creatures we call monsters. While the large cities and their walls are generally safe, the
Pupper.
villages and towns surrounded by the frontier, as well as the merchants and tradesmen that must travel through it, are not.
Bro, it's just like, so these are the first world countries living behind the walls. Everyone's nice and having a wonderful time. And these are the third world countries. This is where Mr. Beast's chocolate gets made, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone who ventures into it is threatened to be swallowed by the frontier.
Damn.
Thus,
So it's almost like Maiden Abyss, except the abyss is not just like this big hole in the floor, but it's just the basic nature in between different cities and countries.
a profession emerged specifically to tip the scales and tame the frontier somewhat. The Monster Hunter.
Yeah!
These brave
You just said the title!
individuals push back against the wyverns and beasts of the frontier, and in doing so protect the populace. But isolated heroes were not enough. It was uncoordinated, messy, and inefficient. Over time, independently from one another, the various regions of the world figured that in order to
Hunters Guilds. Oh my god. So the Hunters Guild, these Monster Hunter guilds are like kind of the Adventurers Guilds from like your classic fantasy RPG story. Isekai land, you know, they go into the other world. Oh, welcome to the fucking the Adventurers Guild where we give you quests. That's the Hunters Guild. It's like it became centralized in a way because having it decentralized the way it was just not productive enough.
effectively
So Monsters Hunters, they're your average crazy person that wants adventure and shit, instead of normies like me that have an aversion to adventure, okay? Adventure? No thank you. I prefer sit at home, not go anywhere near grass.
balance mankind against nature, these monster hunting efforts needed to be coordinated and organized.
Yeah.
And so, various hunting guilds began popping up all over the globe, generally independent, but all dedicated to the cause.
Nice.
As these guilds were generally operated from large settlements either near or inside the frontier, word got around quickly that they all had a goal in common. Thus, before long, the many hunting guilds of the world entered into a unified front. While there are and were many guilds
I mean, it makes sense ultimately because look at the plan. The plan here ultimately from a much more governing humanitarian perspective is not about glory and battles and shit. It's about actually just making the world a safer place for humans, all right? And fuck animals is what I'm trying, not literally, do not fuck animals, chat, okay? To any of you that were considering it, do not even, like, get that thought out of your mind, okay? You fuck an animal one time, you are forever an animal fucker, okay? Literally, stop it. The Pokemon are not that hot. That said, these monsters are literally ruining the way humans travel, the way they work, the way they sell shit, and all that stuff. So, the Hunters Guild is Amazon, okay? We need progress in how we could ship packages from one place to the other. The Monster Hunters are the people insane enough to become Amazon employees.
made up of hunters. The Hunters Guild refers to the collective organization of all of these different groups, as well as various research, farming, and blacksmithing unions. All the groups within the larger guild retain their independence and act mostly within their own jurisdictions and interests. Many villages even produce unique hunting styles and methods, with certain skills only being trained in a few select regions of the world.
Yo, that's so cool! Because obviously every different nation has different combat abilities, right? And probably every different city is gonna be surrounded by slightly different monsters, just because, you know, the flora and fauna of the world changes depending on the geolocation of it. You're gonna have lions in Africa. There ain't no lions in America. In America, there's bears, but there's no bears in Africa. So you're gonna have primo bear killing techniques designed in America. Okay? The people in Egypt that have to worry about the freaking crocodiles, well, they don't learn bear killing techniques. So you're gonna have different developed ways in different nations based on the flora and fauna that surround them. That is awesome. That is so well done. Oh my god, what an interesting way to learn different abilities as you go through the world. Just because every different nation is gonna have different problems and kind of have different solutions to those problems.
There are, however, some core basic values and rules that they all follow.
Do not fuck the Pokemon.
4 hunters maximum per quest.
I think my rule should have definitely been number 1. Listen, what you said, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. But bro.
Hunting assignments must be gated by
Oh my
requirements
god, is that Heimerdinger?
to avoid newbies biting off more than they can chew. Hunting without permission
Wait. Why only 4? Doesn't it make sense that if there's like some big monster, don't you want to send like 40 guys at them?
of the guild is forbidden. All of these rules, as well as cooperation between the various factions, are maintained and coordinated through Dundorma, one of the largest and richest cities on the old continent. The original Dundorman Hunters Guild was led by His Immenseness.
Oh my god! His immenseness! Look at this guy! Holy shit! I didn't know that Kiari Moody from Star Wars had sex with the fucking Buddha of Sun Wukong's mythology. Holy crap. That is an immense man.
Enormous Wyverian who founded a team
7 head.
to investigate the mighty Elder Dragons. When the hunting guilds united and time came to elect a central administrative hub, His Immenseness and Dundorma were
Bro, he's still around, this guy? Holy crap. Bros, he looks like the thumbs from Spy Kids grew up.
fairly obvious choices.
Bro, that unibrow though. Holy moly.
While the guild doesn't have a capital or a grand guildmaster in theory, Dundorma and His Immenseness fulfill those roles in practice, as their authority and power are widely respected across the known world.
Alright.
The Hunters Guild takes in requests from various civilians, organizations, and other actors across the lands. They are then assessed and compiled into quests by quest handlers, which are highly proficient administrators who distribute these quests to the various hunters and keep track of their status and payment.
I think I know why this game is incredibly popular on certain websites that I personally don't visit, but some people do visit. I'm just saying, I could figure it out now. Like, it's all, like, the dots are connecting. It's not just for the Pokemon fans.
The guild takes a cut of all value produced during hunts.
Capitalism, baby! Capitalism, baby! Why would they take that? It's like, we give you the mission, you risk your life, we take a cut. Easy! Literally easy, guys. Easy. Easy clap, easy clap.
Its main source of income.
All right, now I'm just curious. We have to go to the site of sites, as they call it, right? The one site that shall not be named to see how many entries there is from Monster Hunter. 17,000 entries for Monster Hunter? All right, we gotta see if it's mostly women or mostly monsters. Oh, it's a pretty good mix. Yep, definitely a mix. Literally 50-50 split. Let's freaking go. God damn, holy shit.
The guild's dealings with monster materials and the various values they assign to them are also a major factor to the economy of any area that includes a hunter's guild. Besides this, the guild also funds and conducts research into taxonomy, history, and ecology.
All right, so the guild is literally more useful than the government, okay? When I thought that they were taking a tax, I thought it was simply for existing. It's like, oh, we're only gonna let you go on these adventures and give you this information simply because we get a 15% cut when you take them down. I thought it was literally taxes. But they actually do somewhat useful things, right? Aside from doing, just finding you the adventure to go on, they also do the research and taxonomy on this different shit. Like, the guild and the hunters do work hand in hand here, unlike the government and the people, which is, let's not get into politics here or anything, but oh my god.
Essentially, every possible kind of science known to man has benefited from the guild's efforts thus far.
Let's go.
One of the largest and most consistent efforts within the guild, besides its regular hunting activity,
What are these? I've never seen anything like them. They're everywhere. These little... I don't even know what are they? I've never seen something like. Drop a comment if you recognize these strange tomes.
is the mapping and cartography of the known world.
Like, what do you do with them? Firewood?
Which is spearheaded by the Royal Paleontology Scriveners of Shrade. Located on the western end of the Old World continent, the Shrade region is believed to be the birthplace of the Hunters Guild.
Alright.
Right through the middle runs the Hinmarun mountain range, which naturally splits the region into 3 segments.
Alright.
West Shrade, East Shrade, and the southern Arcolis region. Once,
Bro, they did not want to be called South Shrade. They were like, no, way too cool to be called South Shrade. No. Call us Arcolis.
entire area was unified under the prosperous Shrade Kingdom.
Alright.
It was
I have a feeling the Shrade Kingdom is no longer around.
a thriving empire that etched itself into all historic records. That is, until one dark day, a millennia ago, the kingdom simply vanished.
Holy shit, it got One Pieced. It got just nuked out of existence. Wait, what happened? Was it killed by monsters?
The massive empire of trade just ceases to appear
How?
in the historic record.
Wait, I thought the bad guys were monsters. There was like a monster that is so terrifying that it wiped out the entire country.
The legend of the
This is the doom of Valyria all over again. Good thing we did Game of Thrones lore, because that still makes no sense.
Black Dragon, a
It's literally a dragon. It was actually the doom of Valyria. There was a monster so terrifying it wiped out the entire Shrade country.
poem passed down through generations in the region tells of how this very kingdom was brought to its knees by an exceptionally powerful dragon, burned to ash in but a single night.
Dude, that's such fucking good world building. Dude, I love the world building so much. It's not just because, like, if you think about it, in this world of Monster Hunter, you get all sorts. You get just the annoying monsters that hinder your travels from one city to the other. You want to bring your spices from one country to another country, so you have to travel. Now, on the travel, there are all these wyverns and lizard creatures and fucking caterpillar fucking monsters out there. All right, but there are also these monsters that are so powerful, so legendary, that no regular mere monster hunter would be able to possibly bring them to heel. The legendary dragon that wiped out the entire country of Shrade 1,000 years ago. That's fucking awesome world building.
Whatever may have caused its end, it is an observable fact that the once great Shrade kingdom is no more. The old capital, Castle Shrade, now stands alone at the northern shore.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good.
A futile reminder of a long forgotten tragedy. Today, the Shrade region is no longer ruled by one kingdom, instead having split into an eastern and western faction.
Alright.
West Shrade is ruled by the mighty city of Verudo, crowned by its
Hey, it's me, Hank Schrader, in charge of Verudo.
massive fortress. While the city is powerful and protected, it is internally struggling with an increasing class divide, as the rich live inside of the walls while the poor live outside.
No way, that's crazy. That's so unrealistic. Why would they add so much unrealism? Like people would really leave the poor people to rot while the rich people live in safety. Like, guys, come on, people wouldn't do that, right? Yeah, totally. The bad guys in Monster Hunter, they're just monsters. They're not people, right? People are all friendly and nice. It's the monsters that are the bad guys.
East Shrade, meanwhile, is commanded by the merchant town of Riveru, which controls many essential trading routes. Riveru and Verudo are not on good terms for reasons that a hunter must not concern themselves with.
True. Who cares about the politics of man? Based. I aim for pure chaotic neutral. I don't care about the politics of man. I am here to just have fun and laugh at idiots on the internet, okay? Oh, yes.
Suffices to know that mentioning one in the presence of the other is a less than optimal idea. As far as the Hunters Guild,
I absolutely love the fact that I can just simply sit back and smile as the world burns around me, and I can just do my fucking shit.
is concerned, the Shrade region is...
You call me out on this, because it's inevitable. Every YouTuber inevitably grifts into politics. So when I do, note that it's because it's what I want to do, and not because I feel like it's what I need to do. Also, I'm probably never going to do that.
full of opportunities and locations, as the frontier runs through the entire area, with many locales having thriving monster populations.
Oh, that's good.
This, of course, leads to a strong guild presence within the region's frontiers.
Obviously.
West Shrade is a mild region, with rolling green landscapes and lush forests.
That's why they could let the poor people live in the little villages outside. It's like, oh, there aren't a lot of monsters anyway. We'll leave the poor people here. No, but it's interesting to see the way this division works. So Riveru became a merchant town. It became a capitalist utopia of sorts. It's a merchant town where everyone gets exactly what they are worth. Everyone makes money in any way that they see fit, and they just make things go forward. Verudo is probably a much more authoritarian type system, basically running a caste system. The poor and impoverished living in the little villages around there, that even though there are less monsters, technically, it's still probably more dangerous than living in the center wall of Attack on Titan, like the rich fucks.
Within those forests lies Kokoto Village, a small hunting settlement that has produced some exceptional monster hunters in the past.
Yeah!
The hero of Kokoto is revered by the guild to this very day.
Dude, it's awesome that legendary monster hunters, people that have been able to take down monsters of legend and myth, they're remembered. They're heroes. God, what a cool fucking world.
Kokoto, hunters can venture into the verdant hills, a hunting locale defined by its painterly plains and sparsely forested hills. This beautiful area is the
Oh my god, dinosaurs are real! Oh my god, but my Christian teacher told me that dinosaurs aren't real.
deceptive, however, as it is home to many troublesome monsters. The maniraptorial birdwyver known as the Veloci, for example, are
I wonder if that's based on the velociraptors. Probably not.
a common sight here,
Yeah, but they don't look so dangerous.
and a truly unlucky few might even walk into a wrath nest.
Yeah, that looks a lot more dangerous.
However, Kokoto is often considered a bit of a training ground for greenhorn hunters, and those go-getters for whom this might be a little
Oh, that's why you start off here in Kokoto. To do your little adventures in, like, slightly less dangerous areas with little Veloci creatures and you know.
too sleepy and quiet, can venture to one of the larger cities in the area.
Raytheon is a dragon with a poisoned tail. That's scary.
Mindguard is a veritable hunter's hub, where hunters from all over the world gather to socialize, hone their skills,
Socialize! What is that? I've never heard of that before.
and embark on the toughest assignments in the area. South of Mindguard lies the port town of Meruchita. While it isn't nearly as lively as Mindguard, it serves its own crucial purpose. Meruchita is a travel
There's churches?
hub, sending ships all across the known world. It is in fact one of only two
Port City.
ports able to send ships to the new world. East Trade
Yo, I am not gonna lie, I am absolutely loving this this video. The way he's building up the world of Monster Hunter. We don't need timelines and shit for this as much. I'm glad Doodle recommended a good freaking video. Dude, Oceanas, you're killing it. I really like the way we're designing, like, we're slowly but surely building out this land. How the Shrade region 1,000 years ago was a luscious kingdom, and eventually it was brought to ruin by this legendary dragon that I'm sure is gonna, like, the main boss of some game. It's the final boss for multiple games? Oh, hell yeah. The idea that Riveru is, it's a merchant town. The ancient castle is basically destroyed and untouched. Verudo is this caste system capital. Mindguard. Kokoto is this little village where you start off, you go on little adventures around. Some hunters came from here. Meruchita is the port town. But I love that it's building up the world, like, in a very realistic-ish seeming way compared to what this environment is. Unlike the modern day, where the main bad guys to humans are in fact humans, this is a world where there are actual dangers lurking around every corner. Monsters. Humans need to be aligned more, because there is some threat aligning them.
is much less welcoming. The Hinmarun mountain range splits the climate zones harshly, and while the west and the south enjoy mild weather and pastoral
Yeah,
landscapes,
big penis rocks.
the east is a rocky, cold expanse with little of note besides Riveru.
God. Is this what the inside of, like, an ass crack looks like? That would be crazy.
In fact,
This is like zoomed in ass crack of East Raider.
hunting activity is extremely sparse in East Trade due to this. Further east than even Riveru, from the northern edge of the continent all the way south to the central lake, stretches out a vast wetland. The north is known as the marshlands, while the southern half is called the Old Swamp. Both of these
What are you doing in my swamp?
areas are teeming with monsters,
Yeah. Which is why we obviously start off more in Kokoto. You know, you do your little thing. This place, a lot less dangerous over here in West Trade, okay? Little dinosaur guys. The swamp shit? No. So in Riveru, obviously, they have much more of a hunter presence, a guild presence here, than in Kokoto. In Kokoto's a little teeny little guild village because there's nothing here. Little schmozo monsters. In Riveru, obviously you need to focus more on the merchant style.
wetland. Both of these areas are teeming with monsters, such as the Gypceros and the Kazu.
Yeah!
And veteran hunters will know these areas very well,
That guy's weird. Bro, they just put wings on a penis. He's just a dick with wings.
as they regularly produce quests
Uncut, not a Jewish monster.
and necessary assignments. At the edge of the central lake, deep within the eastern frontier, lies the gem of the Hunters Guild,
Alright.
Dundorma.
Oh, we know Dundorma. Dundorma's the goat.
Led by His Immenseness, Dundorma serves as the unofficial
His name is actually His Immenseness. That's awesome.
capital of the Hunters Guild. Its rules and decrees are respected far and wide, and so it coordinates the entire guild. It is also one of the few cities large and rich enough to maintain a strong presence of two guild militaries besides mere hunters.
shit.
Guardians,
What do guild militaries do? Because the hunters go in squads of 4 to hunt. What does a guild military do? Does it actually have political power, or does the guild completely stay neutral when it comes to political squabbles?
and guild knights.
Bro!
Guardians
Guardians! Look at him. He's wearing armor and shit.
and guild knights.
Bro is dripped out the ass. What is this? What is this design with the hat and this is a guild knight? Bro actually just dripped to the max?
Guardians are foot soldiers who, having once been monster hunters themselves, are now tasked with prioritizing defense and peacekeeping in
So actual military. So the guild military becomes an enforcing political military as well.
instead of hunting wyverns out in the wilderness. Meanwhile, guild knights are sanctioned bounty hunters who chase down and execute rogue hunters that have broken the laws of the guild.
Damn, holy shit. In order for the guild to actually have power, there needs to be a way for the guild to enforce their power, right? What is stopping some random hunter from, after working for the guild, just deciding to go completely rogue with all this treasure and shit that he found? Well, this is who's stopping them. It is a necessary evil. Obviously, no one wants to hurt these human beings, but if you don't have this guy, if you don't have Mr. Steal Your Maidens over here, then no one's gonna fucking embrace your authority. No one's gonna care. You obviously need some sort of authority. Bro is the guild's actual IRS.
This most commonly includes poachers, hunters who needlessly kill and exterminate monsters without a guild quest.
That's another purpose of the guild. I didn't even consider that, but the guild perhaps isn't just for, because originally I thought the guild was designed purely to maximize the effectiveness of exterminating monsters. But that's not the case. Some monsters don't need to be exterminated. Some monsters are just kind of doing their shit in their own place and not bothering humans. Those monsters are not a problem. Killing them is actual animal abuse. So the guild designs guidelines on when it's inappropriate to harm the ecosystem by killing monsters. But for some extra treasure, maybe some hunter will decide to do so. So in order to keep the hunters in track, you need the fucking inquisitors to go out there and execute exterminatus on these bastards.
Since the guild's core tenet is to maintain balance between
What am I looking? I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Is this horns in the ground, or is that a weird ass?
nature and civilization, such a barbaric act generally incurs a death sentence, performed by a...
Everyone's saying a Diablos. Bro, I have to play Monster Hunter now. I love world building and creatures and I love world building. All right, what's the best game? What's the best Monster Hunter game for me to play?
guild knight.
God damn it. New addiction unlocked.
In the far south of Shrade lies the Arcolis region, defined by a tropical climate.
Ooh.
The premier hunting ground here is called the Old Jungle.
Dude, I love this so much. On the eastern side, you have this swampy, dangerous area. On the western side, you have like flatlands and plains and caves. And on the bottom, you got like a jungle area. Like, it just actually hits all the freaking... It's so sick. It just hits all these different ecosystems and what type of creatures would show up there. What skills you need for the different areas.
A dense bush where life
Ha! I know a thing or two about a dense bush. Never manscaped in my life.
thrives. Many creatures, such as the Io and the Yonkutku, call this place their home.
That's nice.
Unfortunately for them, there are also many man-led operations in the area,
Snake!
from mining quarries to plantations, which regularly ask the guild for aid in culling disruptive monsters. In this region, at the western border of the central lake, lies Metapetato, a layover town that allows
Right.
hunters to prepare for any tasks they may have in the Old Jungle.
Nice.
Meanwhile,
Right, because you are definitely going to need different bases in different areas. you know?
southeast, at the southern tip of the central lake, lies Joe
Meta Potato. Hell yeah.
Wanderero,
Lies Joe who?
the largest city within the frontier. It serves as a crucial node in both travel and trade between western and eastern sections of the continent. It has a tendency to grow fast, and produces some of the most
Just like my thick bush.
advanced technology within guild territory. South of the
I love how this lake looks like a wolf. Is that an actual thing? Do they call this Wolf Lake or some shit like that? Because it really does look like a wolf. Like, I can't unsee it.
Trade region, we find the Sekumea Desert Peninsula, where over half of all known desert surface is located.
And there you have sand monsters. Yeah. Every different place. Yeah. Every area is a different resort.
In fact, This entire massive peninsula is essentially made up of a single climate zone, arid and hot all the way through. The peninsula can still be divided into 3 sub-regions, however, defined by the E-shaped mountain range that goes across the entire landmass. The northern desert, also known as the Dunes.
The Dune Desert? I know a thing or two about the Dune Desert. Oh my god. What kind of monsters do you find there? I'm sure you can find some wild shit. Sandworms maybe in the Dune Desert? Maybe some space Jews? Alright, that was a hard cut. No one knows about the space Jew lore except for me.
Is fairly rocky and sports some oases, nurturing some of the more fragile desert species such as the hermitors.
Fragile desert species such as these giant, massive, scary things.
While it is certainly hot, this desert is less—
It is hot. The guys on Rule 34 agree, 100%. I've seen these guys.
—brutal than other parts of the continent. This has led to 2 hunting settlements to be established here. Nestled among the spires and mountains Sitsurekusara, a tiny village whose main purpose is to serve as a satellite base for any hunters that have business in the area.
Makes sense. Again, it's so imperative that in every major hunting area, you definitely need some sort of guild presence. Not only to make sure that people are following the rules, but also as a place to help them out. Literally give them a spot to beef them up. Give them some upgrades. Give them a place to rest. Can't expect them to just hunt.
On the northeastern coast of the peninsula lies Port Tanzia, a large shipyard that, much like Mineguard and Dundorma, serves as a meeting spot for hunters all over the continent, in order to organize some of the more challenging hunts the guild takes on. And just like Meruchita, Tanzia can also—
Dude, are these a rib cage from like a very big fucking animal? And if so, where can we eat him? Oh my god, that is awesome. Holy shit. God, I love the world building so much. It goes to even the building designs, the little tools are all shaped from the actual giant monsters. The actual creatures that inhabit the world affect the actual ecosystem of how humans live too.
A few moments later.
I took my nieces to a zoo. And they were like,
oh my god, it's Bambi!
Right? They were like looking at deers. They're like,
Oh my god, Bambi!
I was like, yes, and Bambi looks delicious. They were traumatized. They looked at me with terror. With terror! Anyway, it was worth it.
also send ships to the New World, albeit in a more roundabout way. South of the dunes, a horizontal line of mountains splits the map, and south of this split lies the central Sekumea Desert. This is a truly brutal environment, where the sun beats down on the land—
God, I hate the sun. I have air conditioning.
—and relentlessly. Only the hardiest monsters dwell here, such as the Bloss species and the—
Blah! Damn, you know what's really rough about these guys? If you kill them and you take that job, that's called a blow job. Blow jobs are known for being incredibly difficult. The harder, the more effective the blow job is.
sturdy desert piscine wyverns. In the midst of all this death and heat, one city stands tall: Loklak. Despite the harsh environment, Loklak City thrives, producing hunters of exceptional renown.
Yeah, no shit. They're surrounded by bloods and all that crap. No goddamn shit. The hunters that are from here are gonna be fucking monsters.
Not least because of their specialized training to fight in even the worst sandstorms.
They're fighting in the middle of a sandstorm, in the blazing sun, in a terrible footing desert against giant monsters. No crap when these guys are gonna go out there and start fighting against little velocities, little teeny weenies on the hard ground. They'd fucking obliterate those guys. I hate sand. It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
Near Loklak lies the Great Moran Desert, an area of the desert with extremely fine sand stacked up hundreds of meters on top of a distant rocky floor.
Oh, good. So basically impossible to walk. Got it.
Creating a sort of sand ocean.
It's such fucking good world building.
Periodically, the enormous Moran, mining dragons, emerge here.
Holy shit!
Their blowholes spewing sand into the wind.
God, I don't even want to know what they're doing with their blowholes on Rule 34.
And creating sand tempests.
That is so fucking beautiful. I mean, obviously not in that way, of course, but like, dude, look at it.
They herald
It's like the dune worms, but God, it's like a whale. It's like an actual whale.
spewing sand into the winds and creating
I
sand.
love this. This scene adds so much fucking beauty to this world. Desert whale, heart dragon, designed for a harsh environment. Obviously, it's not all fleshy. It's gonna be hard and shit for all the rocks that it's gonna be drilling through. God, what an insanely awesome fucking design.
They herald the beginning of the Moran festival, where hunters of Loklak arm their sand ships and chase down the elder dragons, hoping to mine valuable ore from the gargantuan backs.
All right.
In the furthest south sits the third and smallest subregion of the peninsula, the Sandy Plains.
All right.
Being so far south, the climate is milded somewhat by the coastal air. There's even some sparse green vegetation to be found, as well as a resurgence of oases.
Nice.
This
Look at
area
that.
is also
It's beautiful. This is by far the most beautiful area of the desert region. Like the way the caves are built. And like you could tell there's water here and oases just by the way like the caves are formed. Obviously this has been eaten out by probably an ancient oasis in the past. So much thought goes into this shit, you know? In a sand ocean like in the other area, you'll never have a cave like this. This can only exist in a place with water.
littered with ruins of civilizations long gone, the only place on the peninsula that is the case with. This region is
Whoever made this world loves this world.
particularly well known for the Baroth, a mud-dwelling armored brute wyvern that is, with
My God.
a few exceptions,
Chris Chan?
only found here as far as its old world variety is concerned. In the ocean east of Sekumea lies the functionally named Island District, a collection of islands of varying sizes.
Nice.
They
Mr. Beast owns this one.
all exhibit similar climates, being generally mild and warm,
Makes
with
sense.
the islands further east containing some tropical zones. While this region is fairly small, it contains two important major settlements. The largest western island is called Moga, and its namesake village may be small, but has had a large impact on the guild. This
Oh, this is obviously a different game. Look at the graphics.
village is the only place that trains its hunters in the art of fighting underwater.
That's exactly what I was saying! Because it's an island village, because the monsters that are threats to them are in the sea, they train their hunters in a way that obviously the sand hunters will never learn. Sand hunters can't hunt these guys. It's all based on the different geographical locations, the different creatures around them. That builds the way human society is shaped.
Which makes-
It's so good! I love the lore! Bro, Doodle, you fucking killed it with this recommendation.
Moga hunters indispensable when dealing with leviathans and piscine wyverns.
True. Piscine wyverns, fish dragons.
It was this skill that allowed one Moga hunter to discover the underwater ruins that run throughout the entire archipelago.
There's so much history here too. And the hunters, they're explorers, they're adventurers. They're fucking awesome.
A massive breakthrough for the royal scriveners. This also led to the discovery of the Cedius, an ocean-dwelling elder dragon covered in algae.
Damn.
Moga Island is also
So
some
are the elder dragons like the main monsters in the Monster Hunter world? Because it really seems like the focus is on them a lot. Game of Thrones level lore, well, very different than Game of Thrones. It's much more focused on the nature than the politics.
sometimes called the Deserted Island, due to the vast, uninhabited areas that stretch all over it. These areas are home to many fierce monsters, most infamously the Lagiacrus.
Lagiacrus.
The woods around Moga do however exhibit a staggering amount of biodiversity beyond that, with the island turning into a veritable cacophony of rare and powerful monsters at night.
Dude, so fucking cool. Giant nocturnal monsters that have never been threatened by anyone. No one's ever threatened these creatures. They were living in the middle of like this pristine nature that was found by one hunter. Okay, maybe we'll do a deep dive on all the monsters in Monster Hunter. I'm not even joking. I'm very serious. I kind of want to do that. Let me know.
The second settlement of note is Berna, located on the largest southern island. This island was discovered by the royal scriveners, to whom it stood out due to the bizarre, enormous fossils that cover the land.
Shit, dude. The land designed by giant fossils.
These fossils are so massive that one could easily mistake them for mountains, and they make an approach by sea almost impossible. After landing here with their airships, the royal scriveners established both the settlement of Berna as well as a secondary branch of the research division, dubbed the Vtube.
Was that an academy for wyvern studying?
The Vtube specializes in airship-bound research,
Yeah, alright. Wyverns fly, the Y Academies. Okay, cute.
venturing into the most unreachable locations. They
Let's
have
go.
so far surveyed
And the more you study, the more you learn, the more you progress. That's how progress is found. It's by people willing to brace the elements and discover and explore. This game is about an incredibly well-designed fantasy world with all these crazy fucking monsters and insane battles. But ultimately, it's about human growth and exploration. And I can't understate enough how beautiful it is that that's not shoved in my face right now. You see how humanity evolves, how people connect with each other, how different developments and inventions are made because of studying these creatures, using the magical creatures that you find in the land. That's awesome.
the ruined Pinnacle, a small island north of Berna, and one of the few
Yeah, Mr. Beast owns this island too.
locations where Valstrax can be observed regularly. The Academy's chief
What's Valstrax?
research location is, however, the easternmost island of the district, the Jurassic Frontier.
The Jurassic Frontier. I wonder what kind of animals we'll find there. I'm thinking. I can't think of anything that. Out comes a chicken. Bunnies. Giant bunnies.
This island has a tropical climate and houses many entirely endemic species. Being isolated by both sea and massive fossil mountains, the species that evolved here are truly bizarre. From the odd Larinoth to the feathered macaw,
Bro, they look so good. Every single one of them looks so good. The designs are awesome. Dude, obviously Brontosaurus-like, except obviously the design is very different. There aren't super... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get fucking caught up in this. I love nature and biology and stuff like that. Like, the trees aren't super tall, so their necks don't need to be super long. Oh, God.
Larinoth to the feathered macaw,
That's beautiful.
to the threatening Glavenus,
Yeah. Anything can be a dildo if you're brave enough.
there's plenty to study here. North of the island district, back on the mainland, sits a volcanic peninsula called Erude.
Alright.
This region houses
Shit, this place must be hell! Actual hell!
all of the volcanoes found in the old world, be it the lava caverns filled with the bridal Raknakadaki,
Yo, look at this fucking shit.
the volcanic hollow, or the old volcano, littered with gravios munching on the volcanic rock. Naturally, the
Oh my god! It's Boogie 2988. Alright, I have to stop making that joke.
presence of so much volcanic activity doesn't make it ideal for settlements, but nonetheless, two towns exist here. Nganga serves as the region's satellite
That's
base,
not a name I'll ever pronounce in my life.
allowing hunters to rest and stock up before venturing into the fiery depths.
You know, it's interesting because obviously from a gameplay perspective, you're gonna need these little hunters retreats in every really fucking dangerous place. But also from a lore level, every dangerous place needs to have a hunter's base to restock, to rest up. Like, if you expect these freaking hunters to risk their lives, at least give them a freaking bed, all right? Come on! Like, I'm sure this place has, what, a restaurant, a motel, and a pleasure house. What else does it need?
Meanwhile, Hearth is the home of the Tovirians, a race of blacksmiths that
Oh,
use the
shit.
lava flow to create some of the best equipment known
Yeah, so I guess these are like the dwarfs in this fantasy world. I'm so sorry, did I say the D word? Disney, please don't come for me!
to the guild. Their services are often employed and highly
Noticing a severe lack of Rachel Ziegler in this area. No, but what's interesting is, like, you see how he sets it up with Nganga is like these little towns. Like, this is a little village. What's it called? Little teeny village for hunters, especially. Hearth is people that actually live there. And you know who's gonna actually live there? A species of humanoid people that actually can resist super hot temperatures, like blacksmiths, forgers.
best equipment known to the guild.
Yeah.
Their
Makes sense.
services are often employed and highly valued. Another interesting thing to note is that the body of water between Erude and Tanzia is sometimes called the Tainted Sea.
Ooh.
This goes back to an incident in which civilians reported seeing that stretch of water turn a deep red.
Oh shit. God, there's legends and folklore and everything. It's so good.
Supposedly from the blood of 1 million freshly perished fish. What
Alright.
caused this,
Let me guess. An elder dragon.
or really whether it actually happened at all, was never discovered.
No.
And while the guild abandoned the case, The imposing name stuck around.
Wait, so that's just myth? That's just actual myth? We just don't know? We don't know what happened? All right, I have a game theory for you, all right? The people of Naganga, at some point, they wouldn't let the Jewish people leave. And then Moses said, let my people go. And then the sea suddenly turned red. This is just a theory, a game theory.
North of Hearth and east of Dundorma lies
there's Jew lore and everything, and it's not because the Jews control the media. It's because let's just keep going. Actually, let's not finish that sentence.
Valhabar region. Surrounded by an arm of the central mountain range that reaches throughout the continent,
Long live the banks.
This region houses the only desert on the old world that is outside of Sekumea.
All right.
Just like the Great Moran Desert,
I mean, we've already seen deserts. I wonder how similar the environment is.
the Valhabar Desert is also made up
The dinos called down a plague of Jews upon the land.
Shut the fuck up, Chad. I'm banning everyone.
of deep, fine sand.
All right.
And as such, it also sports its own unique species of
Yo!
mining dragon.
Same concept, but it's a slightly different geolocation, so it has a slightly different dragon. That's awesome.
The Daren Moran.
Daren Moran, holy shit.
In the south of the
See, my big issue with the Valhabar Desert personally is that sand is coarse, rough, and gets everywhere.
desert lies Valhabar City, a thriving hub for both hunting and commerce.
Hey.
Southeast of Valhabar lies the tropical Terrosu region, one of the
How do
most
you have a tropical region literally next door to a desert? How does that even happen?
vibrant and active areas of the old world. The central mountain range's final branch spreads across Terrosu's north, and it is here where the elusive village of Yukumo lies.
Elusive village? What is this, Hunter's village?
High in the mountains, Yukumo sits undisturbed, a haven of hot
God,
springs
there's something nice about being really high in the mountains, you know what I'm saying? Go up there in the mountains, don't bother you, get some grass, and just get really high.
that relax the weary soul. Around Yukumo stretch the misty peaks, high plateaus shrouded in fog year-round. They are home to elegant and revered beasts, such as the Zenogre and the Mizutsune,
They're beautiful. Look at that. That is a gorgeous creature.
and the wood cut from the trees here can be made into highly powerful weaponry,
Oh.
provided the smith is from Yukumo, of course.
Of course.
Much of Terrosu is covered in forests and jungles of various kinds. In the northwest, closest to Valhabar city, sits the ancestral steppe. These ancient plains are a testament to nature's victory, overgrown
This is such a good line.
and sun-kissed remnants of times gone by. There is also talk of another forest around here, the mysterious Everwood, a
I
forest
love this ancient place. This ancient place where nature is still like in the forefront of the power of this area, right? Like just think about it. Like this is a place that humanity has yet to claim from nature. And so you see nature and these monsters in all of their glory. They're gorgeous. This incredible landscape. It just goes to show that with all sorts of progress that humanity makes, as far as we go, as far as we progress, new inventions, new things, new communications, we are destroying something beautiful. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? I am chaotic neutral. I have no opinions. I simply sit here and state what I think. Damn, look at this. This is gorgeous. God damn, bro with the fucking pickle armor over here, as chat is calling it.
derelict city whose
I don't know why it's called pickle armor.
shape and path constantly seem to change,
Bro, look at this guy. He's built like a fucking monster. Look at this dude.
like magic. The guild has, however, chosen not to comment on this specific rumor at this time.
Right, because they don't want people to know about it and show up and start fucking up.
Constantly seem to change, like magic. The guild
Oh, is it because the guild doesn't believe in magic? Wait a second. Does the guild not believe in magic? These elder dragons can somehow use some sort of magic. They're not bound by the rules of nature as well, necessarily. All these other creatures, they have like biological explanations for all that shit. Interesting. Interesting. I like that. The cover up. Woo! Very cool. So it's like there are supernatural elements even in this fantasy world. Like this world is based on science, but even past science, there are certain things that science cannot understand. And of course, the guild is funding biologists and historians. Obviously, they don't want magic to be real. God, that's so sick! I'm actually so excited. Dude, I love doing these lore dives with you. Thank you so much for enabling me. God damn.
Has, however, chosen not to comment on this specific rumor at this time. In the middle of Terrosu sits Kamura village, or rather, New Kamura.
Alright.
This village, as well as the surrounding shrine ruins, were long afflicted by a phenomenon called the Rampage, which caused
That does not sound like a good phenomenon at all.
hundreds of monsters to attack human settlements in a frenzy. It was such an attack that destroyed the original Kamura village,
Yikes.
whose survivors later established New Kamura.
Ah. No village called new anything is good. If it's new something, it means old something was fucked up.
Kamura's
Got it.
culture borrows a lot from Yukumo, and it is assumed that the original Kamura village may actually have been founded by people that left Yukumo.
Interesting. Again, geographical similarities between specific villages. You look at this village and that village, there's overlap. Obviously, this village was somehow in contact with the other village, despite the fact that there was no Hunters Guild at that time.
Kamura hunters are quite easily identified by their wire bugs, and the canine companions
Oh, look at he's such a good boy!
unique to this region.
Oh, he's such a good boy! I need one of those.
On the southern coast of Terrosu, and of the continent for that matter, lie two more towns. Jumbo Village, which rose to fame after a local hero managed to slay a Lunastra, and Chico Sands.
Dude, to think that this village gained renown simply because there was a legendary hunter from this village goes to show how important hunters are to the world. In a world like this with such dangerous fucking monsters that you need absolute legends to basically clear the path and make it safe. You start, you know, these people are like your actual celebrities. This is not a world that's gonna care about the Olympics. Okay? They have an Olympics, and it's killing fucking monsters.
Surrounded by the ancient primal forest,
The Olympics is a scam. As you know, I, pure chaotic neutral, master of yappering, I will not take your time, but I will make this clear. The Olympics, sports, it's all a lie, a scam. It's something to bring people together, to cheer for something that isn't real. Yes, you can have a good time watching people perform at their peak physical peak, but ultimately, the goal all along was to brainwash you into caring about something that ultimately doesn't matter at all. To care about something, to have some sort of national pride. You are sheep. Unlike me, who I'm talking about fake monsters in a video game.
and almost exclusively inhabited by felines. The primal forest is itself an elusive hunting location,
Hey, look at it.
where many dangerous creatures dwell, living in the shadow of massive skeletons of species long extinct.
God, so cool!
The eastern edge of Terrosu is also the most
I love world building so much.
humid, creating wet habitats. Southeast, hunters find the flooded forest,
I wonder if it's flooded.
an area that regularly experiences flash floods
Pre-watched. Say it. You can say it.
and sees much
God,
of
is that naked Kato avocado?
itself submerged in muddy water periodically. This is a location that often calls for the aid of a Moga hunter.
Right. You'd need special water-focused hunters. You're not gonna bring in the fucking sand hunters.
Northeast lies the namesake of the region, the Terrosu Jungle. This massive forest is home to many species, and it is often considered dangerous to traverse because of it.
Makes sense.
Recently, however, the guild discovered what seemed to be ruins of some ancient civilization,
Nice.
buried beneath the dense bush. Thus,
I know a thing or two about a dense bush.
activity has increased despite the threat of creatures like the Astalos.
Holy shit, look at this guy. Look at, is this an Elder Dragon? Bro looks so cool. Oh god, the character design is literally making me go crazy. Yeah, we have to do a lore dive into all monsters. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to be doing that at some point. However, there's mystery, there's adventure, there's a future to be had. It's not an Elder Dragon, just a dragon. There's so much in this world, and obviously so much of the focus of what makes legends. Because think about it. The guy that was in Jumbo Village that became a legend and made the entire Jumbo Village legendary, he became a legend because he did something of renown, of world renown, right? If you think about it. So Everyone wants that. This is the celebrity of the world. It's not this fake bullshit. Oh, he acted in movies. Oh, he's married to someone that sang nice songs. Oh, she's somehow born to a family that for some reason people consider famous. The world operates on such a different level. What do children in this world look up to? Do they look up to a famous basketball player? Or do they look up to a fucking hunter that took down one of these fucking Aldagos lightning-ass dragons in one shot? It's so interesting to think how different the entire culture is just because the world building is so different. They won't have celebrities like we do. They won't have sports players like we do. They'll have porn stars because let's be real, that surpasses All right, never mind.
In the far north of the continent, the central mountain range fuses into another group of rocky peaks, the Furahia Mountains. Here, the climate is harsh and cold, and the region north of the mountains is downright Arctic.
Alright.
Despite this, settlements yet persist. Off the northeastern coast, on a tiny island, sits El Gado,
El Gado? Like the god in Spanish? No.
satellite outpost for a much larger kingdom.
Oh shit, this place looks sick.
This settlement is only temporary, and serves specifically to investigate monster activity in a nearby area called the Citadel.
Alright.
This taiga region was once a vestige of the kingdom, with a thriving human population. But after the local guardian elder dragon inexplicably unleashed its fury onto the populace,
El Gato. I thought he said El Gato. The cat. I'm an idiot.
the area was
God, I fucking love the design of the dragons in this game.
abandoned, with El Gato tasked to pick up the pieces. Soon after, a massive sinkhole appeared, the enormous chasm furthering the
Chasm? Who pronounces it chasm?
mystery of what exactly was going on here. North of the mountain range lies Poke Village, a sleepy town that braves the harsh winters admirably.
Nice.
With a town square crowned by a giant piece of macalite and a mysterious cave that yields rare materials,
Alright.
Poke is an excellent place to rest and stock up before venturing into the frost. Nearby, hunters can explore the Arctic Ridge,
It's beautiful. The snow area. I'm sure you have whole different group of creatures here.
a snowy and mountainous locale that houses many powerful adversaries, such as the Blangonga, the
The Blangonga! Oh my god, is that Monkey King Wukong? Oh my god, I can hear a journalist screaming in the distance right now.
Mammoth, and the Tigrex. On the northern coastline, one finds the frozen Seaway, a giant sheet of Arctic ice that freezes all unprepared hunters without remorse. This is one of the few places where the Zamtrios is
Holy shit, that is scary.
found.
Sharkfish guy, look at him.
Off the frozen Seaway lie the Frost Islands, a polar archipelago with a somewhat more moderate climate due to sitting in a temperature pocket. This small collection of snowy rocks is only of real import due to its historical relevance. It was the site of the very first use of the guild's dragon ships, where early
shit.
hunters successfully slayed a massive mountain dragon.
Wow. Again, think about it. Why is this place relevant to the world? Because a dragon was slayed here. It's such a legendary moment because of that. That's what they used to fight elder dragons? Damn. No, but it's so cool to think about how much of history is revolved around the great feats of these legendary heroes that defeated these impossible creatures. Like, that is what creates history and legends in this world. Like, that is the stories that children talk about in this world, where the dragon was defeated, you know? It's so interesting to look at it from that perspective. And to think how just the idea of this looming threat of monsters changes society in such an insane direction from where our society is right now. Like, the only difference between our city and a city in Monster Hunter is the fact that they have a lot of fucking monsters surrounding their city. Yet, for the people in the city that don't even notice a difference in their lifestyle, whether they're ours or whether they're theirs, our lives and perspectives on the world will be completely different, finding value in things that are of complete opposites. I love how one little tiny itty bitty difference in storytelling and world building will create a totally different psychology for your average citizen that knows nothing about the scary shit in the world. They have monsters outside of their cities, and we have monsters running ours.
At the cost of their lives. East of the main Old World continent lie two more known landmasses. The large eastern continent is called Funron, and has been dubbed the Lost Continent. This name stems from the observation that it is absolutely full of ruins and derelict cities, suggesting some large civilization once
Is that a bat panther?
lived there. Now,
And it despawned.
only monsters rule Funron.
Yikes! Only monsters rule Fonron. This is when nature beat humanity. It's such a cool idea. Like, when monsters are this scary, sometimes humans aren't always gonna be the apex predator.
This is especially apparent in the Tower, a colloquial name given to a massive network of ruins in the central mountainous region of the continent. These ruins seem to attract some of the toughest monsters ever observed,
Fuck, look at these guys.
including the mighty rare species. Southern Funron, meanwhile, is covered in one massive forest, called the Great Forest.
Yes, these names are accurate.
Many Old World species can be found here, but its
Yo, look at that. That was a big tree.
distinguishing feature is the occasional sightings of the rare and bizarre elder dragon known as Yamatsukami.
Yo. God, that's so sick! The really rare sighting, right? Like, people must go all the time trying to get a glimpse of this legendary creature.
South of Funron lies a much smaller place, a crescent moon archipelago called Shiki Country.
Okay.
This country was isolationist for much of its
Oh, so it was Japan. Cool.
existence, and not by choice.
Oh, so it wasn't Japan. Cool.
The islands are crowned by massive rocky crags that make approaching by sea travel essentially impossible.
New Mr. Beast video. I used 1,000 slaves to kill an elder dragon.
It was only after the deployment of airships that contact could be established.
Yo, so they literally, the civilization living on Siki country, Siki archipelago, this little island over here, they literally had no contact until actual air travel because of these monsters. That just goes to show you the threat that they are to just basic humans. The people living on these islands were living in a state of darkness.
The capital of Shiki Country is Cathar, where barbarians humbly farm and aid any hunters that come by on assignments.
Nice.
It is this town that is said to have originated the art of melding. The main island of Shiki has two major peaks, both of which are of concern to the guild. There is Heaven's Mount, a collection of stormy mountains where many dangerous wyverns dwell.
Damn.
Its highest point, the Sanctuary, is one of the few known molting spots for the Magala, and the
Yo, this guy looks fucking dangerous. Guys, we are going to be doing a deep dive into the fucking Monster Hunter monsters. I'm just saying, 10,000 likes, Drew, fucking leave a like, subscribe.
guild regularly sends scholars to study this exceptional species of elder dragon.
It is an elder dragon. Bro, I am not... What scholars are gonna go study these guys?
Yes, it appears as though I am about to fucking die.
On the northern tip of the main island lies the Speartrip Crag, the highest point of Shiki Country.
$1 elder dragon versus $100,000 elder dragon.
This area is not a regular hunting ground. It is in fact strictly forbidden to thread here, due to the presence of the Dalamadur, the Emperor Snake Dragon, whose titanic
Dude, the fucking design is killing me!
coiling body makes these mountains look like mere perches. South of
That was so awesome. That guy must be fucking crazy to fight. Yeah, I have to play this game. Sorry, gotta play it. Sorry, if you don't hear from me for the next 2 months, I'm playing all the Monster Hunter games. This is literally right up my alley.
Shiki lies one of the least explored landmasses to date, Aya Country. While it is confirmed that there exists a thriving civilization there, all attempts by the guild to establish relations have failed, as the cultural differences are just too vast. Thus, no knowledge on Aya has so far been gained. The main continent, as
Interesting. I love that there's still mystery in the world. You know, it's not just all solid and discovered. Guys, what about the Monster Hunter mobile game? Like the Pokemon Go Monster Hunter game. Is that worth playing? Just to learn the names of all the monsters and shit?
well as Funron and Shiki, are collectively called the Old World. All maps originate from here, and most of the guild's activity is limited to these areas. However, over the last 50 years, the Guild's Research Commission has sent 5 fleets across the Western Ocean.
Oh shit, discovering new lands! Time to go to Westeros, baby!
The West Wyvern Sea, to a newly discovered western continent so far only called the New World.
Bro, that's the New World! Everyone keeps telling me about the New World! That's the New World, a newly discovered continent. Wait, so there's no foothold of human civilization here at all? Dude, look at the difference. Previously, this place over here, Shrade, for example. Shrade has 1,000 years of history. An ancient Shrade country was here that was destroyed by some elder dragon. It's now split off into different territories. Valhabar and their terrifying deserts. You know, the island districts and their different shit there with the mountains and volcanoes. Looking at this world map right now is so awesome. However, it all has an insane amount of history. This New World does not. There is no foothold. There is no history. You fucking crossed the grand line for this one. That is so sick.
Discovered western continent so far only called the New World. The New World is only barely explored due to its size, its dangerous terrain, and the limited supply
God, look at that thing. Holy shit.
of the settlers. The 5 fleets, all specialized in a different discipline, ventured here in pursuit of the Elder Crossing, a mysterious event where Elder Dragons migrate to the New World en masse.
Alright.
In order to conduct this research,
Wait, so for some reason Elder Dragons are moving to this new world? Is it because humans are slowly but surely kind of colonizing a little bit all of the fucking land? They're taking the land from nature, and so everyone's moving over? Sheesh.
a base of operations was established. Astera, the town built from the broken and disassembled ships of the arriving fleets. Built around the ribcage of a giant skeleton, Astera allowed for thorough exploration of at least the New World's southern third. In the west, the ancient forest stands tall, where its mighty trees form enormous canopies
Look at this world design.
and house many entirely endemic species. In the east, the sands of the Wildspire Wastes stretch far and wide, the towering anthills breaking up the dunes of
That's a lot of bugs.
the desert. In the center of the continent, a bizarre circular mountain range
Yeah, that's what I was looking at the whole time. Thank you.
dominates the landscape. These mountains are entirely insurmountable without an airship, and the
Okay.
New World hunters were only ever able to explore it through the discovery of the Great Ravine,
Yeah.
a crack in the range created by a passing Zora Magdaros.
Is that a dragon?
In the center of the ravine lies perhaps the most magical display of the entire continent. The Coral Highlands,
It must be beautiful.
a teeming wonderland where
Oh my god! I'm in love. I'm fucking in love. I'm fucking in love. Holy shit. Look at
Aquatic
it.
coral.
It's gorgeous. The little jellyfish and the rock formations, the coral.
have transformed the landscape into a colorful cornucopia. This
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm such a fanboy right now. I've never even played these games. I'm just doing my lore dive. Guys, and maybe this is recency bias because I'm doing the lore dive now, but I'm afraid this is going in S tier on the lore tier list. I really don't want to be a hater, okay? I don't want to be one of those guys, but I think this is going right into S tier. Slid in with one video. All right, I'm not locking it in S tier yet, okay? I still got to do more lore dives and all the different monsters and all that shit, all right? I'm just saying, not an S tier officially, but it's looking that way.
explosion of life is, however, only possible due to what lies beneath it, a putrid graveyard
fuck.
known as the Rotten Vale.
The beautiful land on top on the surface, the horrifying dark shit below. God, that's just like my life.
Many New World creatures migrate here when they sense that they are about to die, and their cadavers become the fertilizer for not just the Coral Highlands, but the entire
Continent.
continent.
Yeah.
Damn you, Vale! I will riddle with holes your rotten hide with a hail of harpoons!
As a subterranean network called the Everstream allows bioenergy to flow freely across the land.
Okay.
death begets rebirth.
That's kind of beautiful. So for some reason, the monsters know, whether it's their intuition or their instinct, they know that they should go to this veil to die so they could feed a next generation of flora and fauna on the outside. Pretty on the outside, dead on the inside. Feels familiar, baby. Curse you, veil. God, dude, look at this. This is just Asmongold's apartment. Lots of stuff died there to breed for the future, you know what I'm saying?
Gets. Further north one ventures into the new world, the more dangerous it gets.
All right.
The volcanic Elder's Recess regularly attracts elder dragons. In the far northeast of the—
How many elder dragons are there? I thought there'd be like 5 or 6, like these godlike creatures. Seems like there's a lot of elder dragons. How is the guild really covering all this shit up? It's a new world, a brand new place, monsters to fuck. I mean, like in battle, obviously, not like the way that people on the internet.
continent lie the guiding lands, where the laws of climate and ecosphere break down as deserts, jungles, and tundras grow besides each other.
Ooh, it's like a mysterious, it's a mysterious place. It doesn't actually necessarily have, you know, this is much less of a focus on the basic biodiversity than the rest of it. Like, this place is a mystery inherently by the fact that you have these different diverse biomes intersecting with each other, right? That adds to the mystique and supernatural elements of the world for sure.
The mutated creation of a giant dragon releasing its life energy upon death.
Oh shit.
Not far
And it is a giant dragon. For some reason it created this fascinating world.
off, the chasm of the secluded valley
Yeah, okay, it's chasm, okay? I was gonna let you get away with it once, but I won't let you get away with it the second time.
apes into the land. While many hunters speculate about the horrors that may lie there, the guild has so far refused to elaborate.
Interesting.
And in the northwest, across an intermediary body of water, lie the hinterlands, where the
Ooh, little hinterlands. Look at that.
second settlement of the continent, Saliana,
It's Vinland Saga, and they ended up here.
was founded during the Everworm incident. This Arctic region is only accessible to master hunters, due to the dangerous monsters that patrol the icy wastes. Saliana was in fact only able to be established
Everyone's telling me this is the Iceborne DLC?
due to the use of geothermal vents.
God, it's Montreal. God! That was awesome. That was just fucking awesome. Great video, great world. Holy shit. Ah, yes. Nothing like the anthills. Yes.
This map is likely only a fraction of what might be out there.
God, just that sentence says so much. Not just a fraction of what might be out there because, whatever, I don't know, but because a lot of what this game world is about exploring new horizons. It's a fraction of what might be out there because anything could be out there.
The guild is thorough, but the world is big. How far does Fonron stretch
The guild is thorough, yes. But the world, however, is big. Yes. The politicians are mean, but the people are meaner.
to the east? Does the legendary Akura region, supposedly even further north than Furahia,
Oh, shit.
truly exist? And what is to be found in the unknown plains of Aya? Many questions remain.
God,
in this
I love that it's not like every checkbox answered and you still have mysteries.
world of wonder and mystery.
That's great. Fucking awesome video. Oceanus, you absolutely killed it, God damn it. Oceanus, you murdered it. What a good video. What a fantastic video. Shout out to my editor, Doodle, for recommending this one. God damn. I'm gonna do more Monster Hunter World dive. If this hits 10,000 likes, of course, obviously. However, guys, this might be an S tier lore. We might have just jumped right into a lore, and it's S tier after one video, which I did not expect to happen. For those of you unaware of what's currently in S tier, kind of give you a glance at like what I'm talking about. Look at this. If you look at what I got, like this is S tier. Lovecraft, Warhammer, Game of Thrones, Elden Ring. Like look at A tier. These are still fucking awesome. Bloodborne, Star Wars, Fallout. Like there's good shit in here. But yeah, I have to say, I think Monster Hunter might just go rocket right into S tier. All right, not confirmed, but we're thinking about it. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. And I will be diving into more Monster Hunter lore if I get 10,000 likes. Maybe it's just personal bias because I just love the whole biology thing.
Thank you all so much for watching.
My
and
pleasure.
A very, very special thank you to Lutyrannus and Dicey. Their work on the first 2 generations of Monster Hunter and uncovering the various lore bits were indispensable for this video.
Nice.
So massive, massive shout out to them. Their socials are in the description below. Check them out if you are at all interested in.
Hell yeah. And definitely check out Oceanus. And bye. Stay weird, fam. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. I don't know. We'll see. Not committed to S tier, but it might be. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end, click one of these 2 videos, which also will definitely get me canceled. See you live on Kick. Stay weird, fam.